YouTube Beast Smokers back here with you. I think for today's video we're gonna make some gorditas. Now gorditas are typically corn or masa made shells that are stuffed with, your lettuce, tomato, cheese, onions, cilantro, and then the protein of your choice. Generally chicken is used, pork can be used. I use beef cheeks. I didn't feel like getting out on the smoker today. So these are beef cheeks. It's very unctuous. It's got a fatty note to it, right? We've broken down all that collagen. It's going to be very delicious. I seasoned these simply with 2 bay leaves, a whole bunch of garlic cloves, some beef broth, a little bit of salt. Then now I went ahead and separated my jus from my actual meat, and you can see we still got more jus forming there. The goal in doing that is when I fill my my little masa pockets with this meat, I don't want it to be too moist to where it breaks the masa apart. So stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and do a bit of more prep. I'll bring you guys back as we start getting this together. Alright, here's going to be a portion of my filler to go along with that protein for my gorditas. In here I've got some cubed up potatoes, cubed up red bell pepper, cubed up carrots. I'm sauteing these off to get the crunch out of both the carrots, that bell pepper, and the potatoes. So we're going to let this go until it softens up a bit, and then when I start filling my gorditas, which I'll be making the shells here shortly, I'll bring you guys back to show you how I'm going to get this mixed in with that meat. Smells good already. Again, these are simple flavors, but when they're brought together, they make a world of difference in something that can just be seen as corn and a protein, right? Corn masa and then a protein filling. Stay tuned. Alright, let's get this dough for our gorditas ready. So in here I got 2 cups of the pre-made maseca, and then I have 1.5 cups of water. We're going to get to mixing. Can you see that? Get to mixing. This you want to mix just till it forms a dough. Real simple, real easy. I'm going to get this into a dough ball. Then I'm going to put it in my fridge to let it rest a little bit. After it comes together, you're supposed to mix with your hands. Can you see that? You're supposed to mix with your hands for like 2 minutes. I chose to go with this instead of, actually let me show you guys. So here's the brand that I use. I mean, this brand is known worldwide. Just got off a holiday or vacation, right? I saw a few warehouses where they ship and make this stuff. So again, this is the gluten-free, but it's also instant, right? Meaning we just add water. Now, you can look up some other videos on YouTube and see actually how they go about making masa, from scratch. I don't have that. There's only but so many hours in a day. So now my hands are clean. I'm gonna get in here with my hands, and we're gonna mix this for approximately 2 minutes. It's already looking good. Now I'm not sure, I might have to make another batch because we are making gorditas. Again, those little corn pockets that you stuff with your own protein. Generally it's protein, could be ground beef, seasoned ground beef, some cheese, onion, cilantro, and some type of salsa. Alright, we're just gonna mix this. See, it's coming together. It's already, we got a homogeneous mixture. Don't necessarily like this bowl, but it's gonna have to do. So how are we going to get this? I don't think I have a tortilla press anymore. You could also make tortillas. These would be yellow corn tortillas out of this dough. So I use a bit of an untraditional method. I use a pot, the bottom of a flat bottom pot, and we're going to give these a smash. However, since we are trying to make gordita pockets, you don't want to smush down the dough as much as you would say if we were making a tortilla. Right? Most people want their tortillas flat, maybe with a little bite to them. These, you purposely leave them thick, in a disc-like shape, so they'll give you some rise. Now what makes this masa or maseca instant is the fact it already has some type of leavening agent in it. So baking soda, baking powder, right? And that's what's gonna give you the rise. So, but we're gonna keep mixing this, and then I'm gonna wrap this up in some saran wrap, and so that it can calm down. Put it in the fridge for maybe 30 minutes, and then I'll commence with making the empanadas. Nothing too hard. Can you see that? We got a cohesive dough ball now. Can you see that? And I keep mixing. So it's a little bit wet. So instead of adding some more dry maseca, I'm just gonna keep moving it. Try to work some of that water out. Trying to hydrate each little bit of this maseca. All right, we continue mixing. Like I said, I might have to make another batch of this, because I'm not too sure how many gorditas this will allow me to make out. Alright, the rest will also draw this out a bit. So, alright, so here's what we're looking like. Alright, here's what we're looking like. I'm going to get this wrapped into some saran wrap so it can chill. Put it in the fridge for a little bit. And it's going to help with the consistency. Stay tuned. Alright, so let me show you guys how we putting these gorditas together. Right now, here's my dough. I'm taking a chunk of the dough off. I roll it into a ball. Roll it into a ball. I get it here. I told you guys, I don't know what happened to my tortilla smasher, but with these, you don't want to go as thin as you would a tortilla. So what I'm using is something with a flat bottom. In this case, a pot, a heavy bottom pot, and we're gonna go apply some pressure, and that can be a little bit thinner. All right, and there you have it. Here's one Gordita shell. I'm going to take it off here, and now you guys are gonna follow me so I can put it on my plancha. Put it on the plancha, and that's gonna sit there 2 to 3 minutes per side, and I'll flip it. Put the timer on. All right, and then we'll do it again. I'll bring you guys back when I have some gorditas put together. Stay tuned. All right, so I've got 2 of my Gordita shells. I opened them and stuffed them full of meat. It's kind of how I like mine. The meat is very flavorful. All right, so I've had gorditas from around my area where I live, and sometimes they're not as flavorful. It's like they purposely don't salt the meat down, at least some salt, right? This cachete, aka beef cheeks, is delicious. It's unctuous. It's got a mouthfeel that fat as well as that collagen coats your mouth, right? So then I've got meat in there so far. I've got those other veggies that I sauteed up. That potato, the red bell pepper, and some carrots. And then so for mine, I like everything on mine. All right, so we're going with onions. These are white onions. We're going with tomatoes. It's whatever will fit, right? All right, you see that? And I'm going with lettuce. Then I'm going with a little bit more lettuce. And then to cap mine off, it seems that, you know, every time I record a video, you know, the noise level just goes up in my house. Don't know why. Alright, and then now, got a little cheese, but we're gonna hit it with some salsa. Alright, and that's how I'm rolling. Now I've got 2 others that I'm gonna make for myself. I'll bring you guys back for a taste test. Stay tuned. Alright, here's our finished product. So I already know what that meat tastes like. It tastes actually delicious. Because we use beef cheeks for this particular gordita recipe, those beef cheeks have a lot of fat, and they have a lot of collagen in them, right? So you're not getting a dry product, and that's even after I went and drained out the majority of the fat, right? So we've got these Gorditas here on the cutting board. I'm about to give one a try because this is actually my my dinner for tonight. So I've got that meat on the inside. That meat had those potatoes, those carrots, a red bell pepper on top. Got some cotija cheese with this delicious green salsa that I made. It's got a kick to it. It's jalapenos, cilantro, avocado, a little water, a little salt, a little chicken base. And then on top of that, I've got onions and tomato. Looks pretty good. Let's see what we have. Absolutely delicious. I find here in this area, when I order Gorditas, they're using a cut of meat that doesn't have much fat. So that meat is dry, which makes everything else dry. Because if you think about it, we got this corn and makes the Gordita shell that has so much flavor it's already drying itself, right? So we got the homemade Gorditas with the cachete, aka beef cheek meat. Hey, give this a try. If you've made it this far in this video, please give me a comment, a like, share, or subscribe. I'll be back with another interesting, another banger video. Stay tuned.